Okay guys, so I'm going to try and give you a quick update on what's going on with everything. The stand builds, the project in general. We'll try to get this going here. So as you can see here, I started working on the stands. And here's the tanks. Unfortunately, I can't drill them, so I'm going to have to use HOBs. And here's the sumps for the tanks. And here's the stand. So check this out. This plywood is really nice. Too bad I'm going to paint it, but it's smooth. It's already sanded. And so here, let's check this out. I'm going to move this. That's going to be the front. And then unclamp these. You'll see what that is in the other clip. But check it out. There's two stands that are pretty much identical, and again, that's sort of, we're calling them the twin 75s. Maybe leave in the comments below, what do you think we should put in these two? They're going to be side by side. I don't know. All I know is I'm excited about this. I've been working a lot on this project, and I want to bring it out to you guys and share it with everybody. Like Joey says, inspire and get people excited about the hobby. Now I have the space to expand and really get into it and really make something nice, and I just want to share it with everybody. What I got going on here today is I got the plywood cut. Actually, they cut it at the Home Depot where I picked it up, so that made it a little easier. However, I had to trim off ½ inch, maybe a little bit more, it depends, from the bottom of it, because I don't want the front covers or the door, whatever you want to call it, to touch the ground. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to hold it up like a ½ inch off the ground, and so I'm just gluing these little guides on the bottoms, fronts of the frames, so when you go to put the door on, it'll make it a little bit easier for you to put it in and guide it in. And then these clips are going to go on the back. They're kind of like type of cabinet clip here. If you could see this, let me get it over in the light here. See? So that should work out pretty good for that. But anyway, what I was talking about in the other video, those little guides that I put on the front of this thing. So you might be able to see that on the bottom. See if you could see that. Yeah, okay, you can see the bottom. They're hard to see, but they're there. And the idea behind them, I think I'm going to take a little drill, like a fine drill bit, drill in there, and tack a little finishing nail through those, just to give them a little more stability, because it is just glued, and this door is kind of heavy. But all I wanted for them was to be able to stick this up there on top of there to get like a little guide for when I push them into their clips. on there. Now this is going to be over, and there's going to be a little edging on there, but so yeah, just to guide it on there. It'll always be on top, and the clips on the back will clip it in. And it should work out. And again, I'm trying to be just a little easy on them right now because they are just glued, and I don't want to bust them off before I get to nail them. So there, now I can clamp them. It's off the floor. It's not resting, this plywood. It's not resting on the floor to get, damp or anything like that. Now, these hold. Let's see what I'm talking about. I take these clips. They're like cabinet clips. I've shown you in the other little video. See these right here. You take them, line them up, where I want them, mark the holes, drill them, one here, one down here, there and there, like 4 of them. Then when I put those, rest the panel on those little spacers, clip them into place. So let's see if we can make that work. Okay, so now that we got the first set of clips on there, see if they line up. See if we can get it to clip on the top. Goes in. Clips on there. We'll have to get the other 2 on to see if it makes it better, but I think those little guides I have at the bottom there, I think they're going to have to be bigger because they're just too narrow. Anyway, let's get the other 2 on and see what we get. So what's going on with the stands here? What we found out was the little spacers, which are still on this one, by the way. They're too small. They didn't work out. Took them off, and the cabinet clips were just not strong enough to hold the plywood by itself. The plywood is too heavy. So what I did is I took some dowels and I drilled through the fronts, and I used those as the guides. So basically how it works is, you got holes in the cabinet. This one's still a little tight. And you got the cabinet clips on there. There's the 4 clips and the dowels. Just line the holes up on the dowels. Pretty easy. Clip them in And there, that's pretty simple. So that worked out pretty good. Then what we did was, or then what I did was I took the thinner plywood and put on the sides. So the sides are done. So the cabinets are basically wrapped, if you want to call it that. I might put some trim down here just to finish it off. We'll see what it looks like when they get painted, if it needs it or not. But before I paint them, I will be testing out the flow. As you can see on this one over here, I've already got some plumbing going. I've got return, overflow box hooked up. Check it out. There's just an open tank down there, open sump. Return, overflow into the filter sock, and then your return pump up through. I don't know if you could see it. Let me see if you could see down there or not. Probably not. I'll bring the camera down later. There's a check valve under there, and comes out. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably test this system out as is with the open sump, and I want to familiarize myself with this return pump. Pretty excited about getting that going. Wi-Fi connected, Wi-Fi controlled. So we'll have to see how that works and play with it a little bit, get some flow going. Maybe. Because I do have the other sump in the basement, and I just finished siliconing the baffles. And so in a minute we'll go down and check that out. So if I don't get to testing this flow out tonight, maybe I'll do it all tomorrow with the sump that's finished when it's cured. So we'll have to see how that goes. But basically that's about it. I mean, the stands are ready. Oh yeah, the plywood, I took what was left from the fronts, the plywood, and cut it out around there and stuck that one in there. I will have to get one more piece of plywood to do the same for this stand. Other than that, they're ready. So getting excited, getting ready to set at least one of them up. But they'll both be sitting side by side down there. One might be running and the other one not, but at least they'll both be down there. So yeah, that's about all for now. As far as this goes, but hold on, stay tuned. I'll take you downstairs and go over the what I did with that sump. So stay tuned. So yeah, like I said, I just finished siliconing the glass in here. So what we got, how I'm setting this up and how I'm hoping it'll work is your filter sock is going to go down in this chamber right here. I don't want to stick it down in there because it's still wet. But filter sock goes in this chamber. And then what I did, the water will be forced down through. So all the water will flow down through the filter sock and then up this little baffle here and then flow over into this area. And in this area here, it's kind of L-shaped or whatever. I cut this grate and it's going to sit down in there with some legs. Going to paint it black, and it's going to hold like your biological media. So bio balls, whatever you want to use, it's going to go down in there. Then the water will flow down through all that and then up this media chamber. That's what I'm calling it. And then I cut this grate. That'll go in this media chamber here, and you can put like You can get like media bags and put carbon or Chemapure or whatever you like to run in there, so the water will flow up through the media. You can even put sponge in there if you want to. Cut it, fit nice and tight in there, whatever. Flow up, and then it'll go over into this the reservoir here, where your return pump will be, and heater, and anything else you might want to put in there. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get to test this out and see if the water flows like I hope it does, and I hope that little chamber I made over there holds. It was a pain in the butt getting the silicone in there. I couldn't use the regular gun. I had to get a squeeze tube, and it was real hard to squeeze. It just made it hard to work with. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that's about it for now. We'll be running tests here very shortly. So anyway, if you like what you see here and you like the things I'm talking about, let me know by hitting that like button down below and subscribe to my channel. And as always, thanks for watching. Later.